Hello there. Dr. Bill Crawford here, psychologist, speaker, author of 7 books, host of 2 PBS specials. Here again to bring you another tip on how to help you create the life you want. Today I want to look at a concept that has to do with my 5th book called Freeing the Artistic Mind. I wrote this after doing a presentation at Texas State to the Performing Arts program there. And it's all about what it's like to be an artist, performing artist, visual artist, and going through school, kind of not knowing what you're getting into, what kind of future you'll have, having to be vulnerable in auditions and putting your work up and open to rejection and criticism. It's kind of a challenging way of being. My son Nick is about to graduate with his BFA in acting, and I'm sure he's kind of looking to the future and going, okay, what's next? And so there is this aspect of freeing that part of who we are to actually be the best of who we are and bring our best to life. There's actually a quote that when I saw the quote, it reminded me of the cover, kind of the cage and the bird coming out of the cage. It's from Stephen King. And it says, some birds just aren't meant to be caged, that's all. Their feathers are too bright, their song is too sweet and wild. And I took that and I changed to something that maybe we could all relate to. The quote that I came up with is, here's to the part of all of us that is not meant to be caged. The part that dreams, strives, bucks the system, dares to imagine what is possible and relishes the process of bringing those dreams to fruition. Because I think sometimes we're given the message that, we need to keep that part under wraps. It's a little too bright, a little too loud, a little too out there. It doesn't seem to fit into the roles that people sometimes want us to play. And I think we're given reason to keep that under wraps. We say, listen, if you'll just kind of, take it easy, don't rock the boat, do what you're supposed to do, then you'll be rewarded with success and happiness and everything will be good. And yet, have you noticed that's not always the case? And the reason that's not always the case is the people who make the rules aren't necessarily really trying to make us happy. Their goal isn't our peace of mind, our joy, our happiness. Often they have other priorities. So I suggest instead we look at that part of us that brings us to life. There's another quote I love that says, when determining what to do next, don't ask what the world needs, ask what makes you come alive. Because what the world needs is more people who have come alive. I think we got to look at that part of us that allows us to come alive, that part that brings excitement and passion and meaning to our life, where we get just jazzed about what we're doing. We lose ourselves in that process, freeing that part from the restrictions and the ways of being that others might have us tamp down. I think when we do that, we bring our best to life. We become the best we can be. We become the unique person we are, and often that is exactly what we can bring to an organization or a relationship or a company or a role. So I think what we've got to do is trust that part of us. But in order to trust that part of us, we got to free that part of us. We got to feed that part of us. We got to nurture that part of us versus keeping it under wraps like maybe we've been told to do in the past. That's kind of what I help people do. I give people a sense of how a certain part of who we are, that part that we want to free, comes from a very specific part of the brain. For those of you who follow my Life from the Top of the Mind philosophy, you know this comes from that clear, confident, creative, passionate, joyful part of the brain, that upper 80% of the brain, the neocortex. Our fear and our need to stay in line and our don't rock the boat and our uh-ohs, what happens if they don't like us, comes from that lower 20% of the brain, the brainstem. Wonderful in a fight or flight situation, not something we want to trust in order to create the life we want. So I encourage you to kind of look at the question, is there a part of you you've been keeping under wraps? Is there a part of you that is not meant to be caged? If you would like my help in kind of freeing that, all you got to do is go to my website, billcrawfordphd.com, hit the contact button, let me know what you're interested in. If you would like me to come to your organization and help those within your organization free that part of them to be the best of who they are, again, go to the website. I'll be happy to talk with you about that. By the way, if you like these videos, please hit the like button. If you think they would be valuable for your friends, share them with your friends. Subscribe on YouTube, friend me on Facebook if we're not already connected. I love to be connected with you this way, and I try to produce a video and a quote each week to give you a little more information about how to help you create the life you want. So, hope you're enjoying these, and here is to you, bringing more clarity, confidence, creativity to everything you do, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.